Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, let me start by first expressing to the family of Senator Kari Dziedzic, who is with us in the chamber today, our profound sorrow, our shared mourning, our condolences on her departure from this earth, and our gratitude for the part and the role that they played in helping bring up such an amazing person, amazing human being, and our gratitude for sharing her with us so that we could know her and serve alongside her and watch in awe of the amazing public leader and public servant that she was. Mr. President, let me also express to her staff, who is also her family, who worked alongside her, who she loved so much, who loved her so much. They have been going through this difficult time in mourning and sorrow and pain as well. And Mr. President, with your indulgence, I'd like to name them. Some are here with us in the chamber. It's been a hard time for them, and so let's reach out to them individually if we can to let them know that we respect and admire and have so much gratitude for everything they did alongside Kari Dziedzic, because as we know, our staff makes us successful. To her legislative assistants over the years, Michaela Matanis, Beth Johnston, Abdi Hamid Badri, Tatiana Reed, Matt Paris, Mary Underwood, Amanda Peterson, and her leadership staff when she served as our majority leader, Mark Kimball, Krista Broughton, Steve Peterson, Carly Moline, Selena Koster, Chris Runquist, Behia Manasra, Mike Mullen, and Jackie Clinton. Mr. President, despite her best efforts, Kari Dziedzic will be remembered by history as one of the most consequential senators to have served in the Minnesota Senate. And I say despite her best efforts because she was all about the work, about results, not at all about having the eyes on her or getting credit or, heaven forbid, receiving accolades. Senator Dziedzic was not given to soaring speeches on the floor or in committee. Don't get me wrong. She made great speeches and her comments were solid, always conveying her values, her perspective, and most importantly, providing information. And you could go to the bank with what she had to say because she always did her homework. Senator Dziedzic did not race to press scrums or issue a myriad of press releases. In fact, as our majority leader, she deputized others to handle a lot of that so she could focus on the things that she did best. Kari, Senator Dziedzic, excelled in so many ways that were often unseen, even to many of us who work here. Steadfastness, reliability, hard work, listening, problem solving. She was unfailingly kind, always calm, a friend to everyone, and very funny. Literally no one outworked her. She read every word of every bill that she had any kind of responsibility for, whether it be her own or others that were before her in committee. There was never a late night in the office that I went home after her. I'd walk by her office, see her burning the midnight oil, and drop in for a visit, and I cherish those memories. She and I go back a long way together. We kind of followed the same career path, and the things that we did accumulated to land us here. Kari Dziedzic hails from an amazing family. Generations long, deep and wide community connections dedicated to public service. A family that values lending time, effort, and your life's work to making this a better place for others. Kari stood up for people who need things to live the lives they aspire to, a secure and level playing field so everyone has housing, health care, a good education, equality of opportunity, and freedom to be who they are. She was a champion for families, working people, and those who struggle. I had the great honor of knowing and being very good friends with her father, the legendary Walt Dziedzic, police officer, council member, and park commissioner, who, though very different from Kari in many ways, completely out of view, would do many good works and kindnesses for others. I could tell you so many stories of incredible personal things that Walter did on behalf of people he knew and cared about, and she learned from the best. Maybe it is surprising that this somewhat quiet, totally lacking in guile, no swagger woman, relying on her intelligence, friendships, values, openness to others, willingness to talk, consider, compromise, collaborate, would turn out to be a giant of the Senate, but not to those of us who knew her and had the great honor of working with her, and most importantly, were fortunate enough to count her as a friend. There are many ways to do this job, and that's okay. It's part of the reason why we have a large, deliberative legislative body. But I kind of like her way. And my hope is that we can all draw from the example and the legacy that Kari Dziedzic leaves us. Thank you, Mr. President.